Early life. A child blessed from childhood, Padre Pio was born Francesco Forgione in 1887 in Italy. Since childhood, he showed unusual spiritual signs. By the age of 5, he had the habit of praying for hours every day. He often saw angels and holy figures in his visions. He could feel the presence of good and evil spirits around him. Because of these signs, he decided to become a Catholic monk at a young age and entered the Capuchin order as a Franciscan brother.
An orthophoral spiritual journey. After becoming a monk, Padre Pio underwent a very rigorous spiritual practice, praying and meditating for up to 10 hours a day, while fasting for long periods of time, to increase his consciousness, while living a life of simplicity and suffering, giving up all the luxuries of the world. However, severe trials began to appear. From a young age, he was often attacked by invisible forces. He reported that demons often appeared and attacked him physically, even leaving wounds on his body. Other monks saw him screaming in pain in the middle of the night, as if he was at war with something invisible. But sometimes, the furniture in his cell was found in a broken state, or mysteriously displaced. But despite this suffering, he remained steadfast in prayer and deep meditation.
Padre Pio kneels in prayer, bathed in candlelight within his simple cell. The humble furnishings of Padre Pio's cell reflect his life of simplicity and prayer. Padre Pio whispers his petitions, deep in communion with the divine. The candlelight flickers, symbolizing the unwavering faith that fills the small cell. The air is thick with devotion as Padre Pio continues his solitary prayer. Villagers approach Padre Pio, seeking blessings and counsel. A mother brings her sick child to Padre Pio. Padre Pio lays his hands upon the child, his face etched with empathy. The scene establishes Padre Pio's role as a spiritual healer. Padre Pio levitates slightly above the altar, his face filled with divine ecstasy. The congregation watches in awe and disbelief, a tangible manifestation of his spiritual power, solidifying his reputation as a miracle worker.
In 1918, something that shocked the world happened. While meditating deeply after the morning Mass, he had a vision of Jesus. In that vision, a bright light enveloped him, and he felt tremendous pain in his hands, feet, and chest. After the vision was over, he realized that his hands, feet, and chest were bleeding like the wounds of Jesus' cross. This wound never healed during his lifetime and continued to bleed every day. This phenomenon is known as stigmata, a very rare spiritual sign. The doctors who examined him could not find a medical cause of his injuries. The wound remained open for more than 50 years, but it was never infected. It smells like roses, something that is often associated with spiritual purity. These injuries became tangible evidence of his closeness to God, but also made him suffer physically. After experiencing the stigmata, Padre Pio's spiritual power developed further. Many people began to witness miracles that could not be explained logically. Ability to read minds. When people to confess sins, he can mention their sins before they speak. He knows the contents of other people's hearts, even before they speak to him. C. Miraculous healing. Many people whose severe pain came to him and miraculously healed after he prayed for them. Several doctors reported cases of patients who could not be medically cured, but recovered after blessings from Inya. A bilocation, being in two places at once. Some people reported seeing him in a distant place, even though he remained in his monastery. An Italian general claimed that he saw Padre Pio of the heavenly battlefield protects the soldiers. Supernatural aroma. Many witnesses said that when Padre Pio was near them, they smelled the fragrant scent of roses, although there are no flowers around. These wonders caused thousands of people from all over the world to come to meet him. The popularity of Padre Pio made many people skeptical and doubt his authenticity. The Catholic Church itself initially doubted him, even forbidding him from leading public masses. Some doctors. He tried to prove that his stigmata was self-made, but failed to find evidence. Some scientists say that such a phenomenon is impossible, but the testimonies of thousands of people Padre Pio died in 1968 at the age of 81. The day before he died, his stigmata that had been there for more than 50 years suddenly disappeared, leaving behind smooth skin. Thousands of people attended his funeral, many of whom claimed to still feel his presence. In 2002, he was canonized a saint by Pope John Paul II, making him one of the most revered Catholic figures in the world. To this day, many people report experiencing miracles after praying to him. From the true story of Padre Pio, we can take some important lessons. Patience in the face of suffering can take a person to a higher spiritual level. The power of prayer and deep meditation can unlock incredible spiritual